Nisabula, malolelei, namaste, taloha ni, whakalofalahi atu, hello geta, talofa lava. I'm your Tathingu and host Dante Fife, and in this episode of KOKO Chats, we're lucky to have Akili Namuaira, a Fijian financial advisor. He's had quite the journey, immigrating from Fiji to study. He finished university with a degree in accounting and tax, and has just started his own business in the financial advice industry. He has a massive heart and still manages to find time to deliver some financial capability programming in the community sector. Let's get into it. Thank you for joining us on KOKO Chats.
Thank you for having me.
I've loved to have you along, brother, because I think you've started a new financial advice business.
Yes.
You're a financial advisor, and I think it's exciting. I don't know of any Fijian financial advisors down here. So you must be the only one.
So far.
Yeah.
So far. So far.
Brother, what we normally do on KOKO Chats is we normally start by telling our stories. Where you're from, how you came to this land, the land of the long white cloud. So why don't you kickstart telling us a little about your journey?
Thank you very much again for the opportunity, for inviting me. So I was brought up back in Fiji. My mom and dad. My dad was a sole earner, or the main provider in the family, and my mom was very conservative and very very diligent as a housewife, because she was a stay-at-home mom. Like every other Pacific Islander, mainly the men go out and go and work. And so my dad was the main earner, and I was brought up. Most of my years of growing up in school, I went through to a boarding school. So, and I'm the eldest of four. All of my siblings, we all went to boarding school. So, with that, I'm not sure how he managed as a sole income earner. But he was was a very big heart that he gave. A lot of time he gave, but my mom was very conservative. She'd be hiding, some money aside for when a rainy day comes, I guess. But I am blessed. That I think I'm blessed. I am blessed to have been brought up in the family that I was brought up in. And then when I was 17, I was still in high school, and I was playing rugby in the national Fiji competition, and there were a few scouts around looking for school, and it was hard in those days to have scouts or people come and look at you play, especially when you come all the way to Fiji to come in. So I was fortunate enough, or my father kept some contacts from those people. But when I was in they approached me to come over to try and go through an academy or here in New Zealand, but I wasn't really with that idea. I was thinking, because rugby is a big thing back home, and I was thinking to play in the top grade the next year when I was eligible to play for which is the under 19s back in Fiji, but now it's the under 18s. So when I came over, I came and two things that they asked me to do in my exams, because I was in the sixth form, and I was to pass maths and and English. So, but I was always in the commerce strand of school. So did accounting, economics, and all of those papers. But I'm not sure why I persevered. But in my back on my thinking that, you know, when I came, I represented my family. First foremost was my family, then my tribe, then my village. So all of that expectation on my on my back as I came here, and so I went to the University of Otago, did a foundation, because they said your marks is good enough to go through foundation here at in Otago University. I thought I'd make a career out of rugby, and you know, have something to fall back on if rugby did not turn out. But
why Otago?
There was the only one that
the offer?
That was offered. Yeah.
Who did you have to play for rugby-wise when you went to Otago Uni?
So I played for a club called Oamaru Union. But
are they affiliated with Otago Uni?
No, not really. No, it was.
You just had to play rugby in Dunedin.
Yes, and
as part of the condition.
Yes, I think was one of their coaches back then was one of the guys that was involved with Otago rugby. So, and plus I was a new kid on the block.
So you were brought over to Dunedin, not to go to Otago Uni, but to
Yes.
play rugby.
Well,
and then you decided to go to Otago Uni.
No, I think my father had planned it for me. My father planned this all. Yeah, he planned it all for me. You know, because he always told me I didn't go to school. I didn't go to. I think he went up to class 8. And that was one thing that was at the back of his mind. And if he would live his dream through me, I think that was the. But I'm really glad that he sent me over.
Just going back, bro. You mentioned going to boarding school.
Yes. Yeah.
How come?
So in Fiji, there's a particular boarding school. It's a government. It's a government boarding school. Mainly, they breed leaders, so to say. Yeah, that's the.
What's the name of it?
Queen Victoria School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's if you search it up, it's a famous. It's a holistic. You learn holistic, spiritually, being independent. Wash your own clothes, iron your own clothes.
Yeah.
But the food was cooked for us.
Yeah.
But that was the biggest thing was. God and rugby.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then also, bro, what village are you from? And then what is your tribe?
So my village is VCC in the district of Vunda. And my mom's village is Sambeto, which is in the district of Sambeto as well. They're both from the province of Mba, in the western side of Fiji. As you land on the plane, you are landing in the province of Mba.
Yeah. And then your tribe, right?
Oh, my tribe is Tumumbere. Yeah, Tumumbere. So there's a few clans under the umbrella of the tribe. Yeah? So it's very Fiji is very tribal. The setup of it, and we have a chief, which is our king.
The chief of the tribe or chief of the clan?
Of the village.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I come from the family, so whoever is the leader or the leader of our family or our clan is the leader of the tribe.
Okay. And what is your clan?
So my clan is Saweke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it one of the bigger clans within your tribe?
No, it's just my family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my family is only the one in the clan.
Yeah.
There's other sub clans. So there's clans and then sub clans. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. It's
There's a lot of layers to it.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of layers to
Yeah.
Fijian culture and tradition. So
Do you compare it? I believe your wife is Samoan.
yeah.
Do you think there's similarities between the way the tribes and the family system works to the Samoan way
Yes,
of Matai and things
Yeah,
like that?
there is similarities
Hmm.
in consistent with the Matai system. The only difference is in Samoa you can be made a Matai. I was even asked to be a Matai recently, but in Fiji you are
It's blood.
you're born in that family, and it's a bloodline. So it's
I guess there's titles in Matai that are treated in a blood lineage fashion,
yeah.
but there's definitely
Yeah.
Matai titles that
Yeah.
can be sort of gifted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's my understanding.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
limited.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking as well. So they were thinking for me, eh? So it
Oh
was,
yes, yes.
yeah. So it's
Because you're the eldest.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does your dad's family have the chief title in the family? But
yeah.
is it quite a big family?
Yes. So our in Fiji there is the kind of like the leader of the tribe. So you couldn't be chief, but the main chief is another tribe. But where I come from, my family is the leader of that clan and tribe as well. Yeah. So whoever is whoever is the clan leader is going to be the tribe leader. Yeah.
And your dad is there?
So, well, they're brothers. So,
yeah.
So at the moment, my dad's younger brother is holding the fort and reigning at the moment. But I think we follow through like the uncles, and then comes down to the children after them. Yeah.
Will it be the eldest of the children?
Yeah, that's where it's very different. Yeah, so so we follow like so my father is the third oldest, but second oldest male. So my older uncle's children, so they have the first pick.
Yes.
They are then after that then.
So it's quite patriarchal.
Yes.
It's not the women are not
so
inheriting titles.
Yes, in Fiji it's quite different in the sense where you're not born where you're from. It's where your father's from is where you're from.
Okay.
So it's a very so they know you from your father's side. So but your mom's side is always involved in some way, shape and form. Like I was brought up when both my parents were working when I was baby. So I was brought up with my grandparents on my mom's side. yeah, and you see the both side of the family and how they deal with, you know, circumstances and stuff like that. So I'm very fortunate. My father's side is very rich in resource, but not. So that's why the decision to be where or what I'm doing is very strategical in a way. I think my father had this foresight about me being but I didn't see it when he said for me to go to Otago University. I was thinking like, I'm not gonna do anything there. I'm just gonna go and play rugby, try and be the best, you know. But you know, Dunedin happened. You know, the lifestyle there is different.
The scarfie lifestyle.
As a 17-year-old, as a 17-year-old, would you imagine how I was like? You know, I came from all boys boarding school. Yeah, I know. It's a tragedy that I ended up in. Not tragedy in the bad way, but you know, in the sense that, you know, it sometimes. But I think back now, I think it's all in God's plan. God was orchestrating as well behind the scene, knowing you know who I am in my heart. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, you know, when I first went to the foundation in here, it was like I was doing third form in Fiji. So I was acing it, and they were asking me, how are you doing this? You know, all the Kiwi friends that I had, they said, oh, we'll pick your brain. I said, I've never been the nerd of the class. But I always remember there was a lecturer. They always called me Rambuka, because I'll be the first one in the class, right at the front, and he'd greet me and he said, hello sir, and they said, Rambuka. I said, yes sir. No sir. That's all the words that I could say back then, because I was just too shy. And I was still in my own shell, I guess. And then, yeah, I think after 2005, I was about to be sent back home to Fiji, and there was a guy that I played for the club. They invited me to play for them once in North Otago.
Just coming back, bro, why were you going to be sent back to Fiji?
Because I wasn't performing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I wasn't performing.
So you were acing the foundation course.
Yeah.
But then you got caught into the scarfie lifestyle.
So the first 3 months was perfect. First 3 months was perfect. I was staying on my lane. Until I got introduced. You know, my friend took me to Queenstown.
Oh, yeah.
It was my first time ever.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I have no money. I'm you know, overseas student, so I have no money, nothing to offer you, rather than just take the loan for it. He said, no, my father owns a development in Fiji, so we're, you know, so he took me in as a very good friend to this day. I think once I got to Queenstown, I understood why you know, everyone, you know, because you are 18, you are legal to drink. And I just turned 18.
Yes.
I was 17 coming over, and then.
Had you experienced alcohol, or, you know, tried it when you were back home in Fiji? Or was that brand new?
I think that was a brand new.
So the Kiwi style of drinking,
and
brand new to a freshly turned 18-year-old from Fiji.
Yeah. and I took it on like a challenge, you know.
Yes,
I took everything on as a challenge, but you know, sometimes that is not good. Yeah, so.
So you were saying that your coach in Dunedin, your rugby coach, had connection to North Otago or Canterbury?
No, so during the 2005 season, a few of the from the Fijians. So I started to mingle with all the Fijians down in Dunedin and.
There are Fijians down there.
Yeah, surprisingly they are. They've played for the Otago.
Of course they have. Yes.
But they invited me to play with them for their club in North Otago. So
that's the North Otago that's in the NPC comp, eh?
Yes, the second division. Yeah.
Yes.
So they invited me over, and then we played that weekend, and I smashed it. I smashed that weekend because I remembered, I think I scored maybe 5 or 6 or 7 tries that day.
What?
Yeah, but it was a surprise to me as well. So it's not normally I score that easy, but I was just telling the guy, just kick it.
Oh,
kick it.
Yeah.
And I just chased it down, and
all right.
lucky of the draw, I got the ball and tried.
All right.
That was yeah. So it's so I played there, and then my first big injury, my hemi. I had a hemi that game.
Oh right.
Yeah.
5 tries in a hemi.
Yeah, I had a hemi. And then no, it was not. Yeah, it was a hemi. That game. But I was going to have our pre-season for the other club was the next week. So the manager of the team at that time, he was a medic as well. So he'd come up and said, "Oh, do you want to come and play for the club?" I said, "Oh, at the moment I'm playing down in Otago, in Dunedin. But if there was an opportunity later on, I'd love to come and play. But at the moment I'm still playing over there. But yeah, you know, life happens. If you do not perform, things happen. But I was fortunate enough that I had the contact of the guy and called him and said to him, "Look, I'm going to be sent home soon. I think maybe next week or this week. If you were still offering that to me to do my visa and stuff." And he said, "Oh, I'm picking you up tomorrow." So he drove all the way from Oamaru and picked me up.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But yeah, so by that time I think the desire to play wasn't there.
It's just out of necessity.
Yes, yeah. I think that was I just lost all interest. I just played because you have fun.
My visa.
Yeah, my visa, and you have fun in the weekend.
Yes.
But yeah, so I spent 4 years in Oamaru.
What were you doing?
So I did everything from being a rubbish truck driver, not driver, at the back of the rubbish truck, picking rubbish. Yeah.
Throwing it on the back.
Yeah, washing the rubbish bins in Oamaru. And even I ended up at the pig farm. So I was at the pig, feeding the pigs, cleaning the pigs, you know, like the prodigal son, right to the bottom. But it was fun, enjoyable. I think it was a lot of learnings for me. That if I didn't correct my path, so to say, and I would have been having after the pigsty down at the bottom. But yeah, I'm really glad that, you know, I got myself up and, you know, always trying to do the best that I can. So yeah, then after that, earthquake happened.
Yeah.
And,
In Oamaru, yeah.
yeah. So I was in Oamaru when the
When
earthquake
the,
happened.
Here,
Yeah.
in Otago.
Yeah. So I thought to myself, because there was not a lot of jobs available back then in Oamaru, and I was the only Fijian in the town.
A lot of Tongan brothers and sisters down there, eh?
But now there's a lot of Fijian
Oh,
families
okay.
there now. Yeah. So after the first earthquake, I told my wife, I might go up and look for a job up there, and then you move up after me.
Did you wait? You skipped that part.
Oh.
Where did you meet your wife?
Oh yeah.
This guy.
I met my wife in Oamaru.
In the pigsty.
In the pigsty.
No.
Yeah, while I was working at the
at the pig farm.
Farm, and yeah, I think it was the first time I saw her, and I said to myself, "This is going to be my wife."
Where was she working?
She worked at the wool factory in Oamaru,
yeah.
But we met at the nightclub.
Where many beautiful journeys begin.
Yes. That's where the beautiful journey started.
For her to have, I mean, that's when you know she's the one. You were a pig farmer back then.
Oh, she'd tell me. She'd tell me.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, she'd tell me. That's why I said, oh, this one tells me the truth. I think this is my wife.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Meeting a Fijian, meeting a Samoan
in Oamaru.
In Oamaru.
Oamaru, the place to be.
That's awesome, bro. So you made your way up to Otago, to Christchurch, Canterbury. Yeah. Tell me more. Like, when you came up here, obviously the earthquake hit and you were looking for work, for mahi.
Yeah.
How did that land? There was a lot of jobs going at that point.
So at that point there was a subsidiary of Scarfie. It was based out in Woolston, or what's the next? Or Woolston on the other side of the cemetery.
Opawa.
No, on this side. On Linwood Ave.
Oh, Bromley.
Bromley, right. Bromley, on Pages Road. There was a company there that made foams from different densities. So from the very hard to the very soft, or from the very soft to the very hard ones. From ski boots to headgears, those. Yeah. So I worked there. I think I started there in October 2010. 2010, so September.
Back a few years, isn't it?
Yeah. It's 15 years ago, bro. It's a long time. But it's I think that's where the change came. I think. For me, because I thought to myself, I'm going to be always a laborer, or
working with your hands.
working in the factory. I think 2 years in, and they were looking to move the company overseas. So I was very blessed. At the time, I was just 1 year in, but the good thing was I learned everything, and then I mastered everything, and then a lot of those things so people will be making 8 batches in an 8-hour shift, I'd be baking 10. And, you know, and they would always come and try and ask, oh, how are you doing this? But I was cutting corners. Yeah, but in good way, so because a lot of them, they will go put it on a machine, move it over. I'll just take it from there and throw it. cut corners in that way, yeah, time-wise, eh?
Yes.
So I could fit in more batches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think then when the company was, they came up and said, oh, we're going to have the, what you call when they tell you that it's, we made it redundant. Because I was the last, I think it was the second last thing. And I was thinking, man, it's me. I'm going to be out. But then they kept giving me more jobs. I kept seeing people go out. But because there was people that they did one machine, I did many machines, so I could, yeah. So that's I think that's I think it's a blessing from God to give me the ability to learn everything and do everything in the best ability that He has given me. And then I was fortunate enough to be one of the, there was about 4 or 5 of us that were picked to take the company to Vietnam. So,
wow.
Yeah, so I worked, I think, I was supposed to work there for 6 months, my contract. And then I was doing, because I had to teach the Vietnamese how to work. So in that 6 months, I picked up the words and I wrote it in Fijian, how they said it in Fijian. And as I was speaking like I'm Fijian, but it was in Vietnamese to them.
Wow.
Yeah. Xin chao, like, you know, Kue Kam. I was writing like how I would pronounce it in Fijian.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Wow.
Yeah. So there was like, Mr. Akili, you number 1.
So you're in Vietnam.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I worked there for 3 years. So, but not constant, but like, yeah. So I'd be there for 2 weeks, come back for 3 weeks. But like after my last, so I gave my last speech to them. I said, you know, this is the job I thought I will retire. But because I love it so much, I want to teach you how I do it and how I make it, so you can make it better for your stuff. But the interpreter, that day changed. Yeah, I did not know that it was the top boss that was the interpreter on that day. Yeah, and he saw how I did the explanation, and I didn't realize that he contacted the main office because I was telling them this is my last trip, and he contacted them and wrote a very recommending letter that insinuated that if I, because it's a communist country, you know, that if I didn't work, they might do some stuff. Yeah, but yeah, so it dragged on for another 2.5 years. But by the time 1 year was over, I was managing people, really, just managing people, just writing reports, which I'm not trained to be. I was just looking up, you know, because I had to write a report every day. What was happening? There's problems. How was the problem solved? Can this be mitigated in the future? And I did not know that, you know, that was something that was like, ping, 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 and saying to me like, you know, you are good enough to be a manager. And you're already managing people where you're not paid the manager role. But yeah, it's a very, very challenging time for my family because she'll be here for, you know, I'll be traveling back and forth, time together. And but you know, God has all orchestrated this in the background, I guess. Me learning that and lit a fire in me and just say, you need to do something about this. But yeah, I think.
So how did you land at Canterbury University? And how did you, what made you think, I want to study accounting and tax? Because it's not normally on the top hit list for a lot of Pacific people.
Yeah, I think when I was made redundant from that job, yeah, when I was made redundant from the job, I said a lot of bad things when, you know, on my way out saying, you know, I'm going to go and better myself and come to be your boss. That's how, you know, I went out with a bang, and then I realized what I did. I called them back and I said, I apologize. There was a heat of the moment, because, you know, these things happen, and but I was actually thinking that was my job to retire. But after that, then I thought to myself, I think when I started, I finished work on November, and it was like Christmas period, and I was telling my wife, I'm not sure what job I'm going to get now. So I started applying for jobs, and I got a job as a, you know, the movers. Help them move while I find a real job. But when I went to the worked as a mover, and I tried to be the biggest man in the room and the strongest man. So I tried to lift something, and it was like I nearly lost something. So I put it down, and I was thinking to myself, Lord, I need a job. But I need to change, so I need to change my job, because a lot of times people, as soon as, you know, in the factory or in the moving business, they see people, you know, it's a good man for the job, for laboring and stuff like that. But I decided to go to uni the next year, but I was already applying. Because I wasn't sure how I was going to go about it, because it would be my first time going back after, I think, 11 years. 15, 11 years. It was after 11 years. And I wasn't sure, but I was very blessed to have Ropeta.
Yes.
Ropeta was my student advisor, who helped me through getting through the process. So, you know, the Pacific development team over there is very great. In that sense, they help our Pacific students and our kids to, because, you know, sometimes I was very shy to try and get ahead or trying to get through the process. And Ropeta said, leave it all to me, I'll do everything for you, and only thing you do is turn up. So.
But why accounting and tax? It doesn't necessarily get you up in the morning.
No. I think it's just because it was the subjects that I did when I was in secondary school and in foundation, and I found it very interesting. I liked numbers.
So you had a mind
solving,
for it and an interest.
Just solving. If there was like there's a situation or a problem about trying to find where this is lacking, and I'm trying to. So it's the attention to details, trying to. But I had a lot of help during my time at uni, and made a lot of friends, made a lot of very good friends, and then I wouldn't be here without their help.
Do you think studying, when you're in your mid to late 20s?
Yeah. No, I was 30.
Oh, 30,
I was
sorry.
30 now.
I miscalculated. But, studying in your 30s, that would have helped, and plus you're away from the Dunedin, uni student scarfie culture, that it helped you that you knew, I'm coming here for a purpose. So I'm coming here to study and get out.
Yes.
Whereas in Dunedin, it was quite easy to, you're young, 17, 18,
Yeah. I think it's a mentality thing. Because by the time I came, this was not my norm. This was not my norm to be, the bunch of people that I have no, connections with. But by the time I came into uni, I was, very, very mature in the way I thought through things. I had to think through things before I do it. Back then, I'd just go, just do it. Worry about the consequences later.
Yeah.
But and because there was the people had to sacrifice. So my wife had to, for the first year, my wife worked, and I didn't. And that's credit to her that she held the fort for us while I studied the first year. Then the second year it became normal, study, work. So then while studying, I was standing on the doors as well. So bouncing on a Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. So it was 3 nights in a row while working a job with sorted logistics, casual job during the week. So
just when you could between lectures.
Yes,
and,
so which was very good of the bosses that sorted to give me that opportunity to be able to play around with my time, so to say, and go work here, and just money, go study.
So when you eventually finished, what was your journey like post-university? You're coming out with an accounting and tax degree. Surely it would have meant all the doors were open.
Yes. Then, with that said, it's a very competitive industry, especially with GPAs. When it involves GPAs and but I thought I would never get a job especially in the finance sector. But I was very blessed and fortunate at the same time when one of the team leaders at TET, Tangata Tumotu, approached, just messaged and said, there's a thing going here, could you wanna apply? And so I applied and I got the role there, working with Puasa as my head, my leader. But yeah, it's
And what sort of job was it, sorry?
So I started as a admin part, financial capability mentor. But then when Posa left, they offered me the financial capability coordinator role. So I became the go-to guy for the delivering of these services, especially with budgeting and debt consolidation or debt management and things. Yeah.
Did you find what you learnt in your degree,
Mm.
what parts of that was useful for the financial capability program that you guys were delivering?
So I think the budgeting was the main, because it's easy, you could draw up a form and, or a table and try to, class, your income, expenses, and then your either your surplus or deficit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you're having negatives, then it's a bit a problem. But yeah.
So mainly with the budgeting,
Mm.
did you find that what you learnt at uni was useful for our Pacific people? Like when you were delivering that financial capability program for our Pacific people,
Mm.
did you find anything that you learnt there? Because I'm guessing, right, when you did accounting and tax, there would have been no sort of ethnic perspectives on money
Yeah.
management or anything like that.
Yeah.
But when you're actually in the field, in the industry, on the ground, in the community,
Mm.
did you find there was a lot to play with? Like you had a lot of tools up your sleeve to help our Pacific people?
Yeah, it's a quite a thing that you like. I've got all these tools from uni, but I tried to make it specialized. So I had to try and because already the team that was there, they already had a template on, so which was fortunate enough for me, and I had to try and adapt and modify a few of the things that I was bringing with me to try and just add on to that what they've already got there. And the one thing that I was very passionate about was like if someone was coming to me with a problem, I had to just go into my own research, not listen to anyone, and just because it's very unique situation where it's specifically for Pacifica. So I had to try and even some of the terms that came out, like the learn to say no, live within your means. Those are some things that a lot of us, because we have the alofa or the love in our heart, but sometimes we are serving from an empty vessel.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah. So if we just understand that at the end of the day, if you are if you need to help somebody, you yourself need to be, because this is the one that is offering. So if you don't look after number one, who else? Right?
I love the way you put that, actually. Yeah. That's awesome, bro. And as you've experienced delivering a financial capability program for our Pacific people, what were some of the biggest challenges that you came across, other than us giving more than what we should be giving? What were some of the other challenges that you came across?
I think most of the simple things, like asking for help. Yeah, asking for help. That's a big. I think one of the biggest hurdle that especially in our community, think that this one. If I ask for help, I can't. I look bad in the face of people, but that's why we are here. Our people are good in that way. We collaborate. We like, we are communal in that sense that we help one another. I remember in Fiji where, sometimes there is no sugar, no tin fish, or no anything and just go next door. Could I have some sugar, please? So, yeah, over there. Yeah, you can get some sugar there. Yeah, sugar. So that's the thing that when we come over, we forget that part where we are willing to help each other, but you have to let us know if you need help.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a very good reminder actually. Communal, but not communist. You then, as we said at the very beginning, you know, you're now a fully fledged financial advisor.
Yes.
You've started your own business.
Yes.
Tell us about how you moved from financial capability, delivering that in the Pacific community, to becoming a financial advisor and choosing to start your own business, especially rather than, you know, potentially going from a different company to a different company.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think while working for TED, I noticed while I was working that, you know, some of the things I can't control. Some of the things, you know, you have no say in it. But while I was at TED as well, I was because it was only financial capability towards home ownership. So while I was there, I added insurance advice. You know, I was referring. Yeah. But that's why I was trying to contact you. But yeah, so I was referring people. Yeah, because I wasn't specialized in that area. How could I help them in that area? But I was thinking if they were going to own a home, we are the ones that pay for the home. We are the ones that are paying for expenses. What are we doing for ourselves? You know, if you don't have a managed fund, I mean, emergency fund, sorry, backup plan, if something were to happen. So those are the why I thought insurance. But because I had a brother that passed away, I will not say where he passed away, but he passed away and he left nothing to his family, and he was overseas. But he, you know, the family would have been better if something was in place. Yeah, but and that's where I thought, okay, if I can change something, I think I will impact. The biggest impact I think that I will bring is educating the next. You know, we are now the generation now is looking at the next. What can we do for the next by implementing to us? Because the children or the next generation will look up to us, what we are doing right. They will only follow what we do. So and that's why I thought, okay, if we do this, we do it right and make it. I think the Pacific way, I guess, and just going out there in the communities, churches, just talking and just saying, look, I'm here. Well, a few of us are here now. Use us. Yeah.
Have you found your degree has helped for becoming a financial advisor?
Because my degree is accounting and tax, but I minored in finance. Yeah, so you know, especially with KiwiSaver, you know, just trying to navigate, you know, the world of investment, and you know what can we do better, or in the sense where the research part and coming up with ways to navigate the problem and then solving the problem on the way of navigating it. But with accounting, at the moment, I haven't used it yet. Yeah, I haven't used it. Yeah.
Tell us what a financial advisor even does.
So, literally, a financial advisor is someone that helps you navigate the financial products that are out there, which is very heavily monitored by the FMA. So, direct you in the right insurance that is suitable to you and your need, as well as KiwiSaver. If say you have a goal of purchasing a home, the different fund that is there, to let you know that, and give you reasons why. So not only advise you, but reasons why the advice, is as such. So just so that's why we need to ask, when you have a financial advisor, ask a lot of questions, because the more you ask, the more you know, the more you understand, the more you feel at peace. Yeah. So.
Beautiful. What would be your three, since you've been in the industry, you've started your own business, what would be the three biggest tips that you have for a lot of our Pacific people when it comes to navigating, whether it be KiwiSaver, investments, or personal risk insurance? So personal risk insurance, just to remind everyone, is life cover, life insurance, trauma insurance, TPD, total permanent disablement, mortgage and income protection, and health insurance or private medical insurance. That's personal risk insurance. And then KiwiSaver investments. What would you say are like the three biggest tips for our people when it comes to looking at those areas? You've mentioned ask lots of questions.
Yeah.
But what would be three others?
Especially with insurance, get in young. Yeah, come. I mean, come in early, as in the age.
Yeah.
Because the insurance, the older you get, the more expensive it gets. But with KiwiSaver is have your own research. Don't just go on like somebody saying this. Go on your research and reach out to one of the financial advisors, especially our Pacifica ones, because they will be very cultural, sensitive, tailor-make in a way that you totally understand. And then when it comes to claim time, they're the only ones that you will be dealing with. So it's just dealing with one person could make a difference for you. And I think with the KiwiSaver is if you are not wanting to deal with a financial advisor, then you could choose a fund that aligns with your goals. So, but then there's a lot of things there to intricacies of the funds and.
So you're meaning like in terms of choosing a fund that suits your appetite, you're kind of talking about some of these funds might be, they might exclude investing in fossil fuels, weapons.
So
I think they call them socially responsible
right.
funds, right?
That's the one, SRI funds, yeah.
So you're talking about those, you're also talking about if someone's left with $1,000 in their KiwiSaver after they've bought their first home, potentially looking at a more aggressive
More
fund.
aggressive fund, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of people actually know that.
Yeah.
I think most people in New
Yeah.
Zealand, they only know about the three
Yeah.
middle ones.
Yeah,
Conservative, balanced growth.
yeah. But
And then they don't know the other
focus,
two
Yeah,
that sit on either end.
yeah. So the defensive and
Yeah, yeah.
because they're different QVC, because there's 30 of altogether out
Mm.
here in New Zealand.
Mm.
So, knowing which one is outperforming the markets and getting the return, not just a year return,
Mm.
5-10 years. Consistency, that's
Mm.
the main thing. But it'd be good to talk to someone that is have a specialty in this, because otherwise we can be giving unsolicited
Mm.
advice. But at the end of the day, I encourage everyone to have a Kiwi saver.
Mm.
Yeah, because that's what I found out when I was working at that. Some of us, because somebody said that the government is
Yeah.
stealing from us, that's why they didn't open a Kiwi saver at the start. And they had, that was 10 years ago.
I think the cynicism of government,
Yeah.
of the New Zealand government,
Yeah.
can hold some people back, and they
Yeah.
don't realise that
Mm.
there's some real benefits
Yes.
to KiwiSaver.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what are some of those big benefits around KiwiSaver?
So so when you do contribute, so there's 4 things that are working in partnership towards that, the fund. So you have your own contribution, which is the minimum of 3%. Then you have the employer's contribution, which is a minimum of 3%. But for you can contribute more, up to 10%, and then voluntary after that if you have too much to keep. And then you have the government contribution, which a lot of us do not talk about. And because a lot of us, they have KiwiSaver, so some of us have KiwiSaver, but they might be on a benefit, right? They might be on a benefit, or they might be on a low income. But if you contribute $21 and $21 a week, you get access to that government contribution. And you imagine, government contribution is 541, I think, or 21?
21.
521, yeah, a year. Imagine 10 years. That's $5,210. And that's just off the numbers. That's my accounting coming up. But at work now. But and that does not include the compounding interest, which means that 5,000, and imagine that $21 to your contribution is $1,000 something, 400 something. That means that you're contributing 1,400 a year for 10 years. That is 14,000 plus the 5,000.
And then the fund returns, which you mentioned before, different funds will return different return rates, but that all 4 of those combined can make a huge difference to someone's house deposit.
I always
or retirement.
So I always compare it like flying from Fiji to Christchurch. I love Fiji. So when you fly from Fiji to Christchurch, it's a direct flight. It's just one line. But if the captain did not watch for the and just change the thing by 1 degree, it changes the trajectory of the plane, where it lands. Same as in investment or in KiwiSaver. If you change from the 3% to 4%, that's a massive change. Over years, it accumulates. So it's
That's beautiful, man. You got all the pills today?
without my iPad.
No, that's awesome, brother. Yeah. I've really enjoyed your journey you've had ups and downs. It's been amazing to hear your journey coming from, you know, a village in Fiji to Dunedin. From Dunedin to Oamaru, you know, a lot of learning there, and then choosing to come to Otautahi post-earthquake, or fresh after the earthquake, takes a lot of, a lot of steel, a lot of galo. And then, bro, you know, you haven't had a typical journey, and studying later on in life made a big difference to where you are today. I think you've also had a balance between working with your hands and becoming a pen pusher, blue collar to white collar, and also from community to the commercial or corporate sort of space. It's been a huge journey for you.
It's been a massive journey.
And I'm really hoping that a lot of our people out there take some inspiration that start anything right now, because you can change and you can make that decision. And for a lot of our people that have come from the islands, to remember their roots, that communal giving, generously sharing and things like that, but also for us to navigate this Western, based country, Aotearoa, to achieve our financial goals. Yeah, you've taught us a lot today, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. So vina ka whakalevu,
Thank you.
and look forward to hearing more about your journey into the future.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro.
Bye.